Today, there's the most important and exciting topic ever for me, and I hope it will be for you too. Oh, sorry, I was just on a call. Hello?
Hi Thomas, it's Lisa. I think I have a problem with the speakers in my car. It's a Nissan Juke.
Chai Lisa, that sounds kind of strange. What kind of problem do you have?
Well, it seems that only 1 out of 4 speakers is working. The other 3 aren't making a sound anymore.
That's 1 out of 4? Okay. How old is the car?
It's a 2013 model, and as far as I know, the speakers are original.
Okay, so that sounds really strange. But I think we can handle it. Coming tomorrow.
Yes, I will. I hope you can solve the puzzle, Thomas.
Well, manage. See you tomorrow? Yes. That was Lisa. And Lisa has an important problem. And that's what we need to take care of first. Now Lisa said that only 1 out of 4 speakers is working. But I have no idea how many speakers this car really has installed. That's why she doesn't live far away. I would say I'll run over there for a moment and check out the whole thing. I'll be right back. See you soon. 3 hours later. So, I just went to Lisa's, I checked out the whole thing. Nissan Juke Stop 2013 model, as I said. And yes, it's actually true. I don't know how she managed it, but in the end, nothing works in the car anymore. That means it's actually true that there's still a bit of squeaking coming from the doors, but the tweeters are in the front face. The mid-bass speakers in the doors are shot, and the ones in the back too. Yeah, the full-range speakers are also shot. I talked a bit more with Lisa. I asked how cool do you want to have it? And the answer was it has to make music. That means something has to come out of it. How it sounds doesn't matter. I get my navigation system again. My dogs are the only ones sitting in there anyway, so it doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just that the thing makes music again. Without any expectations? That means we have to reach all the way down to the bottom of the shelf and take a look. Okay. What do you get? Something that is somehow better or is more usable than the stock one, maybe a bit louder, works, but still can somehow slightly work? Since I haven't removed the door panel yet with the car, I don't know yet what kind of speakers are actually installed there, what kind of adapters. I need all this fun. That means I would say I'll go online and see what should go in there. I'm just looking for Nissan Juke. Door panel? No. Swapping the speakers. That's already a great video. Let's see, I'll just fast forward. Here we see a speaker. That sounds good. Yes. As you can see, you have the speaker here. 90mm socket. You can loosen them once. 13. Awesome. 13th speaker. I have there. I have in mind that something new came out recently. Helix has released a new affordable series. One moment. Audiotech, Fischer. Yes, exactly. I would say I'll order them now and then we'll see each other again shortly. 4 to 6 days later. Right back. Exactly. We ordered the nice 13mm coaxial speakers from the Compose Basic series. And shortly after they were already here. Nice. Denim speakers. And here they are. 13, some 3 ohm coaxials from the basic series of the Helix Compose model package. This is the brand new series they released. They come in E7, E3, and the basic as the very bottom on the shelf. These are the 13mm ones. And we'll unpack them and then take a look at them. Instructions, well packaged. Everything's great. What you can see here, you can see the right one hasn't been unpacked yet. I've already unpacked the left one, and now let's take a look at it together. There it is, the good piece. Included are the mounting screws with washers. The speaker itself looks very high quality, but it's the basic series. We have a plastic diaphragm and a silk dome here. There's nothing special about it. From the back we have a metal basket, but it's relatively nicely made. The magnet is rubber protected. The connections, we see two connection cables. One cable goes forward to the woofer, and a second cable that disappears through the pole hole directly to the tweeter. This has a 6 dB crossover built in. It feels good. The little wings are also very solid. It's just that the metal is very thin. It's not nice, sturdy. The protection for the tweeter is also very solid. It's very softly suspended, but it doesn't break at all. So you can really install it directly. Great. For the price, it's definitely a very interesting design. Now I have these beautiful speakers, but I think they looked bigger. They looked bigger in the video. Somehow they were bigger. Well, they are really very small. I don't have any adapters. Checking adapters needed, buying adapter cable, because I need them to properly connect all this fun to the car. I also want to buy an adapter cable, so that I don't have to cut any plugs or anything like that, but just plug and play straight into the car and done, so I don't have to put in a lot of effort. And Lisa can just listen to music again. So I'm just looking. Nissan Juke adapter. Speaker adapter, but now it's odd. So that's what you find. Yes? There's nothing about 13 semi speakers. I think I made a little mistake. And if you listen to the video more closely, he mentions 13 screws, not 13 speakers. Yes. What can you do about that? These beautiful speakers are definitely nice, but they don't fit in the Nissan Juke. That means I have to order the same fun again, but one size bigger. So just click once, wait a bit, and they'll be back soon. Later. I'm back, ding ding just rang. The mailman was here, brought the speakers, and now we're going to unpack them. As always, he still doesn't have it in his head. It's in the wallet. So here now the CBC 165 2S3. That means the 16 cm version, 16.5, which also fits in the Nissan shoe polish. In comparison to the 13. This is basically the 13. And you can see the 16 is logically a bit bigger. And here again, 3 omkoks. Basic series, compose, everything just like before. Let's unpack it once. Exactly the same as before. The left one is already unpacked. It hasn't been unpacked, so we're going to unpack the left one together now. Here we also have little screws included, with washers. The speaker itself looks like the small one, just larger. That means we have a continuous edge at that point, from the back, as well as a metal basket. We can actually see that we have additional holes in the metal basket that are not in the rubber. That means we only have 4 connection options. The basket itself is probably also produced for other models, and there are corresponding connections that we aren't using here like this. Here too, the connection is actually the same as with the small one. That means we're going up and down the cable for the tweeter and the cable for the mid-bass drivers. The mid-bass driver is also very softly mounted. The surround is also great, soft at that point. The silk tweeter is very firm. The protection is the same as with the 13. We have a silk tweeter. Plastic membrane. First of all, what you need. Here we can also see a significantly larger gasket. It doesn't smell like that at all either. Hopefully, the right one. What's important is what comes out, not what it's made of. So that we can connect all the fun properly, I also got the installation at home. Normally Nissan doesn't have a standard connector, but rather a proprietary connector. It looks like this. And I also bought an adapter cable, and with the adapter cable, you can easily connect the speaker. Unfortunately, this doesn't quite fit here. But you can imagine how that looks. Definitely can. In any case, the connector can be connected normally. I don't need to cut or solder anything. That's definitely quite handy. So that the speaker fits in properly, there's the adapter ring. The adapter rings, speaker rings, definitely fit the Nissan Juke, and I can just do it normally. With the supplied little screws, you can also screw the speaker onto the adapter. And yes, with that, we're at that point. It's not a big hassle, and we can get it done relatively quickly. With the whole matter. With the cable, we can connect it. Then we're basically done. Well, almost. There's one more thing. And actually, the door panel goes on from the outside. And it's pressed against it, but not pressed against it like that. Instead, we have a lift gap. Now, the problem is when the speaker plays, it plays into the door panel, and the door panel starts to vibrate. And not everything goes where it should. There are corresponding rings for that. These are such nice foam rings. Sealing rings. They very carefully go on the speaker in such a way that the door seals it almost indeed completely airtight. You can see they fit perfectly on. And you can also see that the compressibility of these rings is very, very high. That way we can seal the door nicely. The sound really only comes through the speaker opening, and nothing plays into the door. One, costs a few marks, it's definitely worth it. The inner part is for inside the door, which means we stick it behind the speakers in the door so we can dampen the rear reflections a bit. There are definitely better options, but this is quite good. Exactly. Now we still don't know how the things sound, and they aren't installed yet. But that's it for this week. So, next week I'll show you how I installed all of this in Lisa's Nissan Juke. I hope Lisa will be satisfied. And then we can talk about the super hot, great, important topic the week after, or maybe later, which should actually be discussed now, so you won't miss anything. Leave a subscription and we'll see each other next week. Thank you, your Thomas.